Hi everyone, I'm Joe or CJ, and in today's video we will be talking about, is Domanaria Remastered worth buying? So hopefully this video is out before the set. The whole set has been released, but it might not be out for the public to buy yet. So I'll be going over my thoughts and opinions, looking over the cards in general and giving a kind of broad version of what I think is the set worth buying or not, and what I think you should do when it comes to the best and most affordable way when it comes to this set. So when it comes to this set, there is a whopping 467 cards in total from the research I have been able to do. There is usually variations of some of the cards, so there may be 3 versions of the same card, so I'm counting all different versions of the cards. The 3 versions of the card is, it will have its normal art, it will have the old border art, or some will have kind of a new full art version of the card. So when I say there's 467, I mean there is 467 different versions of the card. And this is where one of my first problems lie. When it comes to a set like this, there is always different versions that people prefer. So it's one of those things that maybe you might want a Urza or a Force of Will or something like that, and you open a pack and you get it, but you're into the old borders or the full art more than the normal one, or you maybe be into the normal art more than the other two, and you get the cards you want, which you're happy with. However, you get the version you don't want. So yes, you are happy with the card you get, but you don't get that full satisfaction. So when it comes to this set, I personally think it is a whale set, and if you don't know what a whale set is, it's usually a set that's nothing to do with the main story. However, they put the most expensive cards they know in when it comes to, I know they say they don't do the secondary market, but every time one of these is released, there's always a lot of expensive cards in there that a lot of people are looking for. And that's why I find when they don't use the secondary market is a bit iffy. So this is a whale set for those people that are like, I want like 20 or 5 or 10 of these expensive cards. Or for the people that are new-ish to the game, that know about these cards and know how expensive they are, that the only way they might be able to get them is by like buying a pack and hopefully opening one. So this is a whale set because it's one of those things, it is marketed to those people that are able to buy boxes and boxes and boxes and get their money back, or be able to get the expensive cards that they want to grade and stuff like that. It is very much a rich person collector's item, which I usually have no problem when it comes to any form of card game or games, that there is like a collector's or a thing bundle of it for the people that have more income to spare, or for the people that love a set that want to put more money into it to get more back out of it. However, they're usually things that happen, especially when it comes to games. There's usually, when a game comes out, the normal version, the collector's, and then like a bigger one, and that's completely fine. However, a game comes out once. This happened only 6 months ago with Modern Horizons 2, I think it was called, and even then there's double masters and stuff like that. So this seems like it's happening every like 6 months. So a whale product every 1 to 3 years would be okay, but every 6 months, again, there has been a big complaint when it comes to the Magic Gathering community that they are oversaturating the market. The other thing is when I was doing my research of this, Urza was 50, the new Urza that was coming out was 50, and now it's dropped down to 37 before the set's even out. And that's one of the things I don't like about the set. When it comes to cards that are rare and are difficult, they're expensive for a reason, and then they bring out 3 versions, and then a load of people are going to buy boxes, streamers are going to buy boxes and all of that, and then it's going to overflood the market. So if you have a deck that's like 500 plus quid, and you have the very fancy Urza, there's now a new fancier Urza that's going to be the new 50 quid card, and your deck's just dropped 20, 30, 50 quid due to solely do that card. Never mind all the other expensive cards that may be coming out in this set. However, if you are a Magic the Gathering content creator or a streamer, or have the money to kind of just throw at this, this is a really good set. It's a really good set for mainly streamers and content creators, is because if they do box unopenings or giveaways or something like that, I personally think they are more likely to get views and subscribers and stuff like that, because this is a very missable set, especially for the medium to poor players. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they will still want the feeling of being a part of the set. So they'll probably be more likely to watch a video of an unboxing or a giveaway, more likely to kind of do the like, comment and share to be a part of it, because they still want cards from the set. However, the set itself is just very expensive, that they might want to save the money for the next story set, which is again like 2 weeks to a month after this set comes out. So that's why I find this set is a very content creator, or kind of being able to throw the 250, the 100 quid on the boxes itself type of creator, or Magic the Gathering player. However, in saying that, if you are on the other end where you prefer buying stuff in this set, I highly recommend, and this is just a recommendation, on waiting 2 months. Because it's one of those things where singles is better when it comes financially out your pocket. However, wait until the market is stable, and usually takes roughly a month to 2 months depending on the cards and depending on what the next set does. And it's one of those things that when a lot of people forget about the set even exists, which I do highly think this set is going to be, people are just going to go, that's the market after 2 months, and that's it, and that's the set prices, and that's the best deal you are going to get. When it comes to this set, there is a handful of cards that are worth a lot of money. There's somewhere between, I'm going to say 50 to 100 of them. However, majority of the money and the majority of the people I have asked, their main focus is the lands of this set and the tutors. Because usually when a set comes out, they might want to get 1 or 2 of the tutors, or 1 or 2 of the lands. However, there is a whopping 5 in this set, which, from the record that I know and the research I've been able to do, is the most tutors in any set released. And then even then there's 5 different tutors, never mind the old border and old art, if there is a version of that when it comes to this set. So on average you're looking at 15 tutors, which is a higher chance than most other sets to get a tutor you are looking for. Which then also puts the price down of tutors, because tutors are very expensive, and so are the lands of this set. So majority of the money, and it's usually majority of the money when it comes to these sets, is in tutors and lands. However, this is the most tutors there's ever been in a set. Also, I don't really like talking about single individual cards when it comes to this. However, Dark Depths got 3 versions of a reprint, and Dark Depths has been a card that a lot of people have been asking for. So it is really good that they've started to listen to the audience or the people that play the game and reprinted Dark Depths. And the only bad thing I've heard about the new Dark Depths is the full art version is like 90% water, but that's just people's opinions on it. The card itself is still going to be expensive, and it's still going to be good. So my overall opinion when it comes to this set is, again, like usual, it's very circumstantial. If you are a content creator or want to be a content creator, it is a very good place to start. If you do unboxing videos or giveaways, I recommend doing it, because out of the entire year, unless they do another whale set like this, you have the highest chance to grab as many people, especially if you do it by the time the set is coming out. However, it is not a set worth it overall. Drafts are a bit meh, because it's one of those things that the cards are too all over the place. There's a lot of weak cards, but there's a lot of strong cards, and the difference is huge. So if you get a really good tutor and a really good creature, and you get to play your tutor every turn or every game and take out your big creature, the chance of winning is super high. There's no kind of like good mid-range game. Personally, I find, especially if you do more than 2 people when it comes to a draft. Like I've seen some people do a 4-player draft, which I'm not sure many people in the audience or viewers know that, because it's mainly known to be a 1v1. But I digest. It's one of those things that if you want to draft the set, draft it once. Don't buy a box. Don't buy the big boxes unless you have the spare income. You could risk it. It is probably the best set this year that I know that is coming out. That is the best thing to risk, to put money in to get money out. However, it is also, if you don't open any of the lands or any of the tutors, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, which unfortunately that is a thing that can happen when it comes to any set. This is just, in my personal opinion, the lowest chance of that happening. The best advice I could give anyone that's not a content creator or that is just your average normal player is just wait. Wait 2 months, forget about the set, make a list of cards you want from the set. You can go on websites like Mythic Spoiler, which I will link down below, which shows all the cards of every set that has been released, and when sets are coming out, usually the first kind of website that will have the cards on it. It's the one I personally use all the time and I absolutely love it, and they are not sponsored, but I will link them down below. And I recommend just looking at the list of what cards you want, making a list, and forgetting about it till probably March or April, then buying the cards you really need. But as always, I like to hear your thoughts and opinions when it comes to this. I would like to have a conversation, because the more I talk to kind of the audience and what I know people think and like about this, the better my content can be, because I can hear other people's opinions and thoughts and be like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that one. But as always, remember to like, subscribe, follow, share my video, follow me on all my social media. Remember, I've started a Patreon, so if you like this content and want to help out a little more, blah 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 blah, we can go onto my Patreon. It will be my link tree also down below. It will help me just with better equipment and stuff. And I'm just blabbing on here about that now. But as always, remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video.